So you can recall from our previous class on what rectification. What we said, rectification simply means that changing what an AC source to what a DC source. In other words, we will have a signal in this form. We discussed that our input is in this form where we have what the positive half cycle and the negative half cycle. So in any case where you are able to let the current move in only one direction, either it being the positive half cycle or the negative half cycle, then you end up getting what a rectified output, right? That means what the system is moving in only one direction, and this is what we discuss under the half wave what rectification. So today our discussion is going to be centered on what the full wave, right? Full wave. There are two main types of what full wave rectification. We have the center tab and then the bridge. So we have the center tab and the bridge type. Okay. Now our discussion today is going to be mainly centered on the center tab, which is the first discussion under the full wave rectification. Now the center tab rectification has transformer. So this is our transformer. And then we have our diode here, another diode here, like this. Okay. And then we have a resistance in between it, right? So this is called the load resistance. We have diode 1, D1, and then we have D2. Okay. We have D1 and D2. Okay. Now this same thing can be drawn in this form. The same thing where we have the same D1 and then another D2. Okay. But here you realize that you see something like this, where you see this one to be on the ground and a resistance attached to this, and this is also in the ground. It's the same thing. This simply means that these two terminals are connected. The two grounds are connected. That's basically what we have here. Okay. Now, so anytime we are getting our input, we are inputting our source, which is AC, right? We always consider it cycle by cycle, right? So first of all, we are going to consider the positive half cycle, positive half cycle, positive half cycle. But the question here is that why is it called the center-tapped rectification, right? It's called the center-tapped based on the fact that you can see that the output signal has been tapped, right, at the center, right? In other words, the load is always taken at the center of the source. So you can see clearly from here that we are taking the load at the center of the source, right? And that's actually why we call it center-tapped rectification. Meaning that whatever voltage you are getting at the secondary, right, you need to take half of it, 100 volts, right? It means that 50 will go to this side and then 50 will come to the other side, right? That is basically what we are doing at the center-tapped rectification, right? So we have the turns ratio. Now let's look at how current moves in this particular system. First of all, we want to consider the positive half cycle, right? So the full wave, we consider only the positive side of it. We consider the positive half cycle, right? So that means you have the positive here and the negative here, positive here and the negative here, right? Okay, sorry, positive here, okay, positive here and the negative here. Okay, so if we are considering the positive half cycle, right, what we are doing is that now let's look at it. Positive source will pass through D1, right? We know that when positive passes through D1, it means that D1 will be in the forward bias mode, right? So D1 will be in the forward bias mode, meaning that D1 is in the conduction state, right? So which will pass through the diode D1 and then the signal will pass through and then come here, right? And enter into the source. So I want to get a source positive and negative because current is moving from the right to the left. Okay. Now let's check D2. So at the output section, we are going to get this positive half cycle being active, right? The same positive half cycle, let's look at the negative side, which D2 will be in the reverse because we have the negative here and then positive here, right? So that is in the reverse what mode. Similarly, let's assume the same positive source which moves, right? Moves and come back to this side, right? You can see clearly that this one is going to be reverse bias here because we'll have positive and negative meeting. That means that conduction will not take place. So in a positive half cycle, we have the positive part of the signal being active, and then the negative half cycle being the negative side being suppressed, right? Now let's look at the negative half cycle, right? Negative half cycle, meaning that at this point in time we are considering this side of the signal being active and see what will happen. Then it means that we have to take this one off and then redraw it to suit what we are saying. So here we are going to get our negative source here and positive here, get our negative here and then positive here, the negative half cycle. So negative passing through the D1 or reverse bias the D1, meaning that what the conduction will not take place at D1, and then the positive passing through the D2 will make the D2 being conducting. So at the negative half cycle, the negative part of the source was what? Suppressed, meaning that it's not moving. But then at the same time, the positive part of the source is what? Active, right? Right? So that it means that what? This one will still conduct. This one will still conduct. So we will still have another positive source here. So if you continue to turn it again and consider the positive half cycle, this one will conduct again, right? Similarly, gradually toward the end. And this is actually our output. And then the output is what? A pulsating DC signal, right? So if you want to actually use it well or get a direct DC source, there's a need for us to filter this pulsating DC signal into what? A pure DC, right? In doing so, we can connect a capacitor, which is also serving as what? The filtering devices, and then we also have inductors too as well. But for now, our main concept is for us to understand what is actually happening and how this waveform is being produced, right? So sometimes we can be told to find the average DC voltage, right? And it's always given, since this one is a full wave, it's twice the peak voltage, right? Divided by what? Pi. Okay. And then we learned how to prove this in the half-wave rectification. So that is basically what we need under the center term. Now let's proceed to the bridge. Let's proceed to the bridge. Okay. So under the bridge type, the same thing all the time. We just need our transformers, and we know the functionalities of these transformers. Its functionalities is just to transform the voltage from what? One form to another, right? So here in the bridge type, we have what? Our diode here, right? Another diode here. So here connection is not really difficult. All you need to do is that since the voltage AC source is on the side that being positive and negative, we have positive part of the diode being connected and the negative connected together and then connected to the AC source, right? And then here we have, okay, and then similarly here we'll have something like this. Okay, so we'll connect this to this. Okay, okay, okay. So what do? We are going to pick our positive part of the source from this side, and then we have our negative source from here. So from here we can connect it to our load or a capacitor. So we have our load resistance. Now the question is how is are we going to use this bridge type to be able to transform the power from an AC source into a DC, right? Now we can see that what our waveform is in this form, right? So first of all, I'm going to consider the positive half cycle, right? Well, we have our positive here and our negative here, right? When this positive is coming, we are going. This is D1, D2, D3, and what? D4. Okay. Here, when the power passes through D1, D1 is going to conduct, right? So that means D1 is in the on position D1 is in the on position, and then it will branch into D1 and D3, but D3 will be in a reverse bias because we have positive and negative, right? That means that D3 will not be allowed to conduct. That means D3 is off, and then current will pass through D1 and come back here, and then here is going to be in the reverse, so it will come and stop here. Okay, so we'll have our output being positive. That is why this one was the positive side of the source, and then similarly come out of the circuit. Now let's look at the other side, the negative side of the positive half cycle, right? So we are considering the positive half cycle, and we know we've gotten one conduction already. So negative, when negative comes here it will be in a reverse bias, meaning that D2 will be off, and then D4, negative will be allowed to flow, so D4 will be on. So you can see that in the positive half cycle, D1 and D4 is active, while D2 and D3 is in the off position, right? Thereby giving us an output. Now let's turn it and get it. So it means that our output first active, we have the positive part being active because it's giving us an output. Now let's turn it where we have the negative half cycle, right? The negative half cycle. That means that we're going to get our negative here and then our positive here, right? If this negative passes through the signal, then it means that what? D3 negative will be allowed to flow. That means we're going to get negative output here, right? And then D1 will be in the off position. Off position. Okay. So let's turn it and look at the other side. We'll have our positive here. When the positive is coming, D4 will be in the off position. You can see clearly, while D2 will be in the on position because that is forward bias mode, right? So this one is now on, right? So in the negative half cycle, the negative part of the source was suppressed, okay? But at the same time, the positive part of it is giving us an output, right? We are going to get the same thing as the bridge type, okay? And then if you continue to do it again, you're going to get another one again, gradually to the end. Okay. So that means that the V average for that is always twice what? The peak voltage, right? All divided by what? Pi of the angle. Thank you very much. And then that is basically the concept of the bridge type and the center type in a full wave rectification. All what you need to do, and another way to also understand is that what AC is just positive and negative. Right? So here you could see clearly that assuming what the positive part is passing through D1, it's going to be in a forward bias mode, thereby giving our output as positive. And then D3 is going to be in a reverse, so that means at that point it's off. Similarly, if you turn it, you're going to get this one to be positive, which will then allow conduction to take place, and then this one will not allow conduction to take place. Okay, so that is basically the main concept of rectification.